Today we're doing an air brake test on a Class A combination vehicle. First thing we're going to do is chalk the right front tire up there, which we already did. Now we're going to do a safe start, and we're going to start up the vehicle and let it build up air pressure to 120 psi, which is a safe operating range for this vehicle. Now that our vehicle has reached 120 psi air range, we're going to go ahead and turn off the vehicle. And now we're going to turn the key hot so we can watch our gauges. We're going to push in both our tractor park brake and our trailer air supply knobs. Let the air purge out of the system. Now that the air has purged out of the system, we're going to do a standing air test where we just sit, make sure the vehicle doesn't lose any more than 3 psi, and that normally takes about 1 minute. We have our little stopwatch right here, but due to instructional purposes, we're not going to go ahead and wait the full minute, so we'll go ahead and move on to the next thing. Now that we're done with that test, we're going to go ahead and do the applied brake test. Put our foot on the brake, hold it down. This one is also 1 minute long, and you can't lose no more than 4 psi on this one. And due to instructional purposes, we're not going to do the full minute on this one. We're going to move on to the next. Now that we're done with that test, we're going to move on to the low air pressure indicator. We're going to go ahead and pump the brakes until we hit about 60 psi, when our low air pressure light and warning should come on. Okay, we hit 60 psi and our low system air pressure light and warning did come on. Now we're going to go ahead and continue pumping until we hit about 20 to 40 psi, when both of our air knobs should pop out, indicating that the spring brakes are working. There we go, both of them popped out right at between 20 and 40 psi like it's supposed to. Okay, now that we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and push in the clutch to a safe start, and we're going to build up the air pressure back up to 120 psi. And while we're waiting on that, I'm going to go out and go ahead and remove the chocks from the front right tire so we can continue with the tug test. Okay, now that we've removed the chocks from the right front tire and we've reached 120 psi on our air pressure, we're going to go ahead and start the tug test. We're going to leave both of them out for the first one, make sure both of them are holding together. Put it in gear. We're going to slowly ease off the clutch, see if it holds it back. Okay, that works there. So now what we're going to do, we're going to do the tractor only. We're going to turn off our trailer brakes. Make sure that it purge out all the way. Okay, now we're going to slowly let out the clutch and see if the tractor brakes hold. Okay, that works on there. So now we're going to turn on the trailer brakes, turn off the tractor, and we're just going to test the trailer brakes now. Okay, now we're going to slowly let off the clutch and see if the trailer brakes hold. Okay, there we go. We're good to go on that one also. So both of them held and we're good to go on that. Now we're going to move on to the 5 miles per hour and drive ahead and test the brakes out. Okay, now that we're done with that, we're going to move on to the service brake test. Going to go ahead and push in both of them now. Going to go ahead and put it into gear. We're going to go ahead and go about 5 miles per hour. Now we're going to slowly apply the brakes, make sure we don't have any pulling. The steering wheel didn't move or nothing, so we know there's no issues in our braking system. Nothing pulled, tugged, anything like that, and the service brake test was good and we're good to go.